I'm now up on our second level of scaffolding, and I'll be talking to Andrei Cabrera, who is doing the motifs on the side of the arches. And as you can see, it's quite involved and quite long, and it will eventually cover all of the part of the arches on the bottom that are not covered with icons. So my first question, Andrei, is will this design be throughout or just on the particular columns, or will you, I noticed that there is something different here. Will that be a different motif for that particular area, or will it all eventually look the same?
Yeah, so it looks like they have two designs planned out. One for the bottom of the arch, which is this design here. And
Okay.
then that's going to be on the, the vertical face of the inside
I see,
of the arch.
I see.
And it's just two different spaces, so they chose two different designs.
So it will frame it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's actually just continuing, really, if you, Father Patrick and Moses' designs, their ornaments that they already put along the rim.
Oh, I see, I see.
But this will tie everything together, and it's just continuing the same old design.
Now, in your process, I noticed that you have both a photocopy of the design in black and white, and then there's a stencil underneath it as well, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain how that's done?
Yeah, so this is just a blown-up version of, maybe this is like a Roman original, but it's also the same design that Father Patrick and Moses used.
The previous iconographers.
Yeah. On the bottom of the arches down there, they have this design. So it's just an example that I traced off of that Anton helped me to trace to carbon copy onto the
Wow.
to transfer the drawing onto the column.
And
then
so
the stencil is just the easier version. Once you have you use the stencil to just really quickly throw everything on.
how do you do the placement? They all look like they're perfectly in line with each other. Do you do each one by hand, or do you put the stencil over it first?
So yeah, that's where the stencil comes in handy. It just makes everything line up perfectly. You just kind of mark where it ends and then shift it over, mark where that ends and shift it over, and you get a continual.
Could you take the stencil out
Yeah.
and show it to me? Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty primitive thing.
Here, let me help you out. Okay,
I see you try to
there we go.
piece together and falling apart, but it's just
It's okay.
just some
Yeah.
basic cutouts to just jot where the endpoints of the flowers are. You just kind of quickly note them, and then you can just.
Do you do like a little pencil drawing through the, or it's not needed at this point?
I still do. Maybe by the end, I'll be able to just kind of put a few jots in and then do the rest by brush.
Because there'll be many, many of these, dozens of them, right?
Oh yeah. We have a little bit of work ahead of us. So yeah.
How long have you studied with Anton and Katya?
Oh, not very long. It's only been 3 months since the beginning of this semester out of St. Tikhon Seminary. They have the new iconography program, and we started this fall.
Are you a student in the program?
I am, yeah. I'm a first-year student.
Well, you would be the perfect person to ask. What kind of discipline and rigor do you think is important to be doing what you're doing? And are apprentices in the past, do they work their way up through various levels in iconography? How is it done?
Yeah, in the past, definitely. As far as I understand, yeah, there wasn't, there was like workshops that people would train in, and it was very rigorous. Like, that's just how I understand it. As far as rigor and discipline, yeah, you need a lot. As much as you possibly can. You have to really devote yourself to it. So I'm just beginning, but Anton and Ekaterina, they're very disciplined. They have intensive training in the Soviet education, fine arts training. So
Yeah, I know they were explaining that to me. How did you become interested in this?
Well, I've always been interested in art. I went to art school, and then I had a little hiatus, and I became Orthodox, and then it all kind of came together over the next 10 years, and I realized that I want to continue doing art, and especially to serve the church. So it kind of all providentially came together for me, and I'm like, just really decided that's what I want to do now.
So these particular arches that you're doing, the rising ones, they're what's called ornaments or ornamental?
I believe so, yeah. It's just the decorative borders, ornaments, motifs around to frame,
To frame the work.
icons.
So in essence, when a church is finally be done, almost all the walls, all the arches would be painted, yes?
I think here that was the idea. It really depends on the iconographer and the architect, whoever designs the space. Some places are more minimal, some places are really over the top with a lot of ornaments. So here we're just going with the kind of program that's already been laid out.
I
so
see.
These will all get ornamented, yeah.
It's been almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, I've only heard tales of it. I've only met Father Patrick and Moses recently.
Yeah.
They've been telling us about it.
It's like their life's work here.
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring.
Up here it's quite a view of these icons that Anton did the last time he was here.
Yeah, it's wonderful. He kind of fits with his style, but Anton has his own personality in him, and so they stand out a little also. So it's wonderful how both personalities are present, but they fit in. They match very well with each other.
Yeah. As I say, the view is quite different when you're up this high.
Yeah. You see more details, and then you also see how fresh and loose it is, also because it's such a large scale.
It seems like you work here a lot, but it's a somewhat relaxed pace, although very quick. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you kind of get in the flow of it. It's just this repetitive thing, and I hope it's moving quick enough. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.